Girl, what's up with the High Heels and Tea podcast this season?
Girl, we've been popping.
Yeah.
We've been popping, having so much fun doing this podcast, man. Who been your favorites so far?
Girl, Sunshine Monroe and Tommy, girl.
Ooh, speaking of Tommy,
What?
girl, he is hosting his live podcast.
He is?
Yes, girl, August the 3rd.
Girl, that's gonna be too fun.
It's gonna be fun as hell. Then we got Corman Boys performing, and we got special guest Obi West coming in from Las Vegas.
Period,
Just
girl.
to sit with us and do the live High Heels and Tea podcast.
Yeah.
Okay. So, make sure y'all get y'all tickets available right now at eventbrite.com.
Go get those tickets.
Get the chance to come out, have a good time with us, hang out with us, good check, unscripted conversations with the High Heels and Tea podcast. And guess what? In addition to Obi West being a special guest,
You also have a chance to come and be a guest with the High Heels and Tea podcast if you get your ticket today.
eventbrite.com. Click the link in the bio and come join us. See you soon.
It's the High Heel Tea Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick.
Yeah.
6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. And it's the podcast, and it's the High Heel. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. And it's the podcast, and it's the High. Let's go.
Hey, welcome back to the High Heels and Tea podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
And y'all, today we are joined by the dope Identity God. How you doing?
Everything gonna be okay.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling.
You feeling groovy like a 2-cent movie?
You know what I'm saying? They done fed me some Tito's, so yeah, I'm definitely on the level.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, at the end of this episode, he gonna share a beautiful poem of his likeness. So stay tuned
Love it.
for that. But before we kick off into anything, can you share with the viewers, with the listeners, who you are, a little bit background on you? I've been the God.
Okay. I've been a guy. That's on everything. On my mama. IBENAGOD. Yeah, that's on all social media, and if you Google it, I'm sure I'm probably the only person that's gonna pop up on there as well. Yeah, I'm the program director for Thur Incorporated. We run a program every other Thursday. Thur Thursdays live talk show, open mic, and we support businesses and artists and anybody just want to come through. Tell me about your day. Tell me about your week. Sometimes folks just want to vent. Want to be able to talk to somebody in a controlled environment where it's safe and you can feel good and have a good time and get basically anything that you want. So yeah, that's what time it is.
So why you say nothing about poetry itself?
Yeah, I gotta dig in the bag,
Dig.
We do some poetry. We do some poetry out here. Yeah, we have a good time too. St. Louis poetry scene is
It's popping.
it's popping. It's popping. We got a lot of hitters.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing what type of doors gonna be open.
Yeah.
Through that. So yeah, poetry was something that opened the doors for me. That ain't just about poetry. When you get that off your back. You got up on stage and you talked in front of a bunch of people. You feel like you could do everything.
Right.
So anything outside that, it's like, oh man, I done did that. What's up? So poetry is a very powerful
What's
thing.
next?
Exactly.
So I share with you behind the scenes that I got your book, right? Which is St. Louis Blues, a novel, right?
Mhm.
And it happened because I'll just say a mutual friend, Kawan, he gifted to me for my birthday. And why you laugh?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he gifted to me for my birthday because I like to collect books. And when I tell you, and this is not just because it's you, right? But this book is dope.
It is.
It's dope.
It's nice.
And I left it on the couch. I
He
meant
got
to
me
bring
that
it.
book for my birthday.
Listen, he didn't. But that's
like-
because ever since I met you at it was her birthday even. We were there to celebrate her birthday.
That night.
I was like, yeah, I want to get you on the podcast and I was talking to him about it. And I'm like, what is this social media again? And he knows I love poetry and things like that. And he was like, oh, he has a book. And he's just telling me all the background about you. So when he saw me, he gifted to me. I've been reading it. When I tell you this book is, number one, it's hilarious. Number two, it's super engaging. because it's so St. Louis. I learned even, and I was just mentioning on the previous episode, I didn't know half the people, like at the beginning, you mentioned certain people were from St. Louis, like Maya Angelou. I didn't know until I read your book. That's when I found out last month, and I'm like, I didn't know these people, So from that book, the book was so good. It was so good. I actually started taking notes in my phone because I was like, when I see him, I got some questions.
Okay. That's what's up.
So if you don't mind, I have a couple of questions that I think will really kind of help pick your brain. Number one, the book is not about you.
It's not.
Okay, because at first I was like, dang, this dope. And then it was the part where you told a certain story. I don't want to give away. Y'all gotta get the book yourself.
Exactly.
And I was like, oh my God, I hope this is not about him. Then you kind of like probably know what the part is with the daughter. All right. So anyways, one of the first things that caught my attention about this book, first off, the friend Ice was just crazy. And I think we all got a Ice friend around us. But you mentioned something about the baby mama having like this oversized t-shirt on, and I'm saying you as if it's you, but oversized t-shirt on, and how it was like equal to lingerie. Do you think that, is that really what you feel, or what is the interpretation behind it?
My t-shirt and my pants.
Yeah, I got your t-shirt out. Like, is that similar? Is that just as equal as a woman wearing lingerie?
I think so. On Dina Howard tip, for real, especially like if ain't nothing on underneath the t-shirt,
Okay.
you can see the
Silhouette.
if you will. So yeah, absolutely. And you just raise that thing up and it's on.
And it's on.
Yeah, I'm so sitting up here like, we got all that money for lingerie. Spend all that money on lingerie.
I could just put on a t-shirt.
T-shirt, that's it.
T-shirt with nothing on.
It was such a beautiful book. When I tell you, I have a list of questions, but I know certain things that stuck out to me. Another question, and I'll get off the book a little bit, but another question was the bro code, right? Which this is something that pick your brain too about. I don't get with men. From you had the friend in the book who was dating, I believe, a married man that was separated and wanted the advice of Ice. I mean, not Ice, but wanted the advice. Yeah, of Ice. I forgot what's the friend name, so it wasn't Ice, but wanted the advice, like, what you think I should do? Right, 1 + 1 is 2 type of situation, and it was interpreted like, well, I could tell her the truth, but I don't want to feel like I'm hating on the dude, right? Because there's bro code not to really give her the game in so many words. And I was like, why is it, you don't know the dude? Why is that bro code, right? I would think bro code is more so to, if you know him, if it's a friend or family, someone like that. But if you don't know the dude and your friend comes to you, how is that hating on him by telling her the truth about him?
It's definitely hating on him because he dealing with her. There's nothing that I could tell her to make her get off that man. If she's feeling that man, it is what it is. It's just like trying to, defend her. They had a fight. Let me go beat him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. I mean, you beat him up. Anything can happen, but she go back with him.
Exactly.
That's like kind of none of my business.
Yeah, I have a friend who does that. So that really stuck out because I have a friend that does that. Where if I like, yeah, I met this dude, he cool, da 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 da, and he be like, man, I don't want to hate on him. I want to get it again. I be like, if you realize something ain't cool or right that I didn't realize, tell me, like, how are you hating? You understand what I'm saying?
Because it makes
I genuinely, like, don't get me wrong. Some women know and they just don't want to be told the truth, right? In this situation. But if you really don't know, I could be telling you just a story. Like, yeah, I met him here, da 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 da, whatever. And you heard something as a man. How's that hating? I just never understood that. So that's why that stuck out.
Is it hating towards the friend that you don't really vibe with, or it's hating to the person that you're telling to?
The men feel like it's hating because it's another man. Like, I don't want to tell you what the other man really doing. You know what I'm saying? On the game he really spitting.
But what about us?
I feel like your loyalty should be the beat. Look at us as women.
I think it's hate all around. Because, not only am I hating on him, I'm hating on you. Who am I as a man to try to downplay the man that you choosing to deal with?
But what about honesty, though?
Yeah, it's just being honest.
But you're not really hating.
You're not hating.
Being honest.
Yes.
Okay.
You're just providing additional information to someone who is valuable to that information.
I think as smart and intuitive as women are, I think they know exactly what's going on. What is it that you need my validation for?
Oh, you think it's validation?
You already know
But
what's
what if
going
she
on.
don't know?
Yeah.
I find
Honestly.
that very hard to believe.
So that's why I wanted to ask you, because I'm like, what?
So you feel like
I understand what you're saying.
when dating with someone, you as a individual that's dealing with someone, you always know or have those understandings of what's going on with your relationship.
You mean to when I'm dealing with a friend?
Just in general. So based off what Crystal's saying, she's saying that she's asking how is it hating if you tell someone something that
The
you
friend.
knew about that they didn't know. So how is it hating when
How's it
that
breaking
person,
bro code
yeah, how that
to the
person
man
really
that you
didn't
don't
know
know?
that person really didn't know you, or you're not that person's friend, or you guys aren't tied
Yeah.
tight, but at the same time you're just putting it out there into the environment.
Yeah.
What's really going on?
Right. I understand that. Yeah, I really feel like my friend, she knows what's going on,
Okay.
and for
Okay.
me, giving up or validating what it is that she's
Yeah.
thinking, I just don't think that that's my place.
I don't think it's validation. I understand what you're saying, right? Let me say that. So you won't feel like, oh, what you're saying is just going over our heads. I understand exactly what you're saying. I understand exactly where you're coming from, especially when it applies. But I think that it doesn't always apply.
Yeah.
But you feel like
Right.
it always do apply.
I
I
don't
think
think
it
it always.
always
This is
applies.
It
it's
doesn't
okay.
always apply.
Doesn't always apply. Have you ever went to a woman about another woman, right? Like you probably was dating someone and you maybe just, vent about something or whatever to that woman. Not even necessarily for her to say stay, leave, anything, but have you ever had to vent to another woman that you found dear, friend, nothing romantic about someone you were with?
Um, no, man.
Okay.
If I talk to my partners, I
You
talk
talk to
to
the men
the
about the
men
woman?
about if I have that issue or something, I want to get something off my
Yeah.
chest, and I'm looking for some advice.
Okay.
I'm gonna talk to a man.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Understood.
so from a man's point of view, have you gotten the best advice from men only, or do you find it good to speak with women sometimes about certain things, or just men, or just your go-to person to get the right type of advice?
When I'm being vulnerable, I'm only being vulnerable with men, is what I'm saying. But
Okay.
I definitely respect the information that women share with me for sure. I love female company. I love talking to women and hearing their thoughts and about different situations or things like that. Yeah, for sure. I get a lot of game. That's where the game comes from.
Okay.
I've been the guy. Poetry.
Mm.
What inspired you to tap into that? Because I was going through, your social media, just getting a feel for things, checking the calendar too, so I could come out and support one of these events. And I'm like, oh man, you've been on the grind with this for
Oh
a
wow.
while. Yeah. Like I saw one video, you were like going to barbershops, spitting, like you just finding a way to get the word out. And I'm like, this is really dope. This is dedication. What inspired you to begin poetry?
Um, I've always wrote and things like that. I've always been a writer. So, and I've always been able to rhyme. I mean, we grew up in the hood or whatnot. We rap, play basketball, kickball. I mean, we did all that type of
Yeah.
stuff. So it man, feel like a lot of us can know how to hold a rhythm and do our thing. So one day I just decided that I was gonna go up on stage,
Really?
just to share something because I feel like I was at a stagnant place in my life,
Mm-hmm.
just kind of gigging and working jobs and things, stuff that wasn't fulfilling me.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had all these notebooks and stuff and pens and journaling and me saying stuff to myself, or recite it to myself or play it back for myself if I record it. I say, oh, I'm gonna just take it to the stage then. And then one day I took it to the stage, and that was
It was. Yeah, that's
That's all.
awesome.
I always want to know that, like, because that takes a lot of
Game
courage to
she
me.
wrote. Like, I got this.
Yeah, that takes a lot of courage to
And
me.
I went by myself.
And you
Oh,
went by
that's
So
dope.
yourself.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, my partner, he ended up pulling up on one of my
Mm-hmm.
partners. I just ended up sliding. He just kind of followed me, like I followed you down. I didn't know where you was going. You said you was from the shake or whatnot, but I wasn't even gonna tell them. I was gonna go in there, embarrass
Do your
myself in a
thing.
bunch of strangers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just have a good time.
What was your first poem about that you actually decided to go and perform? What was that about?
Man, it was like I'm not afraid to die, something like that.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? I can't remember the poem. I don't
mhm.
remember it. No,
But you knew what it
it's
was.
lost in the sauce. It was something like that though.
Yeah. When did you write this book?
I wrote the book before I started getting on stage.
Really? Man, I'll tell you, this book is so dope.
Mm.
This book's so dope. I was reading it, and while I was reading, I'm bugging up. So my daughters was like, "Mom, what you read?"
Talking to.
I was like, "Man, this
Talking to
book,
yourself.
And actually, what was dope about even that much of a conversation, I was talking to my 11-year-old, and that's how our normal cadence around the house. Everybody kind of like get a book and go sit down and read, and I was telling them, I was like, his name is I've Been the Guy. And I was like, he's a poet and obviously an author and things like that. And she was just like, man, I wish I knew of him in February because at school we pretty much learned about poets or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And I was like, were they local poets as well? And she was like, some of them were. I was like, what future reference? Now you know one or of one rather. So it's pretty dope.
That's
It's
what's
pretty
up.
dope. Man, that book dope.
Hey,
You got
I gotta
you
check it
gotta
out.
get it.
That mean you gonna give it to me after you get done
Yeah,
reading it.
no, I gotta keep this. I'm gonna
Give
get
it
you a
back.
copy.
I'm gonna give it back.
And now this one probably got like scraps and lines and dribbles.
As long as you can
But
read
I
it,
got you.
it's all
I
that
got you.
matters.
Don't you got an audio version?
I do. I haven't released it yet, but it's coming.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Look at you.
I got
He
you.
was like, I'll get you audio version.
No, I got you.
I'm be what you gonna say to girl? I've been a guy.
I've been the guy. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. I got you. I'm gonna get you a book for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
don't like it though. I mean, it's
it's
cool. The
dope.
audio version pretty cool too. We working on putting it together, and
Mhm.
like I was saying, the book was before me actually going on stage.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I mean, I couldn't get. I was looking to gain attention as well.
Mhm.
You know, like okay, I can't get nobody to buy this book. I'm standing on street corners trying to sell a book, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like, But I figure if you go on stage
Mhm.
in front of bunches of people
People
and then tell
can
them, hey,
advertise.
At
this
the
is what I
end, I
do.
have this book.
Yeah, advertise.
Yeah.
Good
Who did the
advertising.
logo for the book?
I drew the original logo.
Okay.
It was trash. I can't draw.
Okay.
Okay, but I gave the blueprint to my partner. He could
Okay.
draw a little bit,
Okay.
so he kind of spruced it up and made it
Okay,
look
make it
like
look
the vision
good.
that I
Yes.
was. Yeah,
I want to give so much away, but I don't want to give away. You gotta give
Right,
it.
she talking too much. She keeps talking about she don't
Oh,
want
but
to
I ain't giving
give
it away, am I?
it's okay.
Alright, you gotta check it out. It's
like
dope
sneak peek.
because
I'm
it's
gonna
the
tell you a little bit.
it's the smallest details that stands out. The
Mhm.
name from one, right? St. Louis Blues. We know that's the hockey
Mhm.
team. So when you look at the logo, you're like, St. Louis Blues, ain't that the hockey team? But it has there
Hockey,
too a
yeah.
noble um with his name. But then when you look at the logo, you're like, oh, yeah,
Mhm.
this is St. Louis shit.
It's
Oh,
what
this
it
is St.
is.
Louis shit.
It's what
Yeah,
it is.
for sure.
Awesome.
So what keeps you going? What keeps you motivated, like, and persistent every Thursday? Get out here, push
And
this
get it done.
program, push this show.
Mm. Well, I'm self motivated,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't really need nobody to get me going. I can
Mm-hmm.
kind of get going on my own because I got
Mm-hmm.
dreams and aspirations just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get up and get going. But as far as there it
Mm-hmm.
is, it's we got a lot of fans and a lot of supporters and things like that. You know, they're people that look forward to there it is. So I don't want to let them down. I want to continue to open them doors and continue to provide those opportunities for people to flourish. Yeah. So I mean, really, that's the motivation. Self motivated, but then it's like, oh man, I got these. They looking for it. And so
Who
that's what it is.
came up with the title? There it is.
Um,
There it is.
Oh,
Whoop,
so we've been here all day.
whoop, there it is.
it's like St. Louis lingo, right? Because we just like it's like there it is.
Mhm.
And if you're looking for something, we figured that we can provide that for y'all. We got an open space. We got a lot of opportunity to do what it is that anybody want to do. You looking for it? There it is.
There
It's
it
just
is.
how we
I
talk.
like
It's
it.
like
Whoop.
There it is.
straight up. What you looking for? There it
There
is.
it is.
Where it is, there it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Straight
yes.
up. Yeah.
Well, the High Heels and Tea podcast is where it is.
Yeah,
That's,
I know
that's
that's
where
right.
it
High
is.
Heels and Tea. Shout out to the High Heels and Tea
Oh,
podcast for
Yes.
thank
sure.
you.
It's definitely a pleasure having you on. What is next for third is, or just I've been the guy. I know you said you're gonna release an audio to the book. That's number one. But what's next for you? What's going on in 2024?
Oh wow.
It's gonna be December before you know it.
Man.
Yeah, you gonna look up and be like, "Shit."
Oh man, we got a lot going on. We got a spring concert coming up, summer concert coming up, fall concert coming up. As far as there it is, I've been a guy brand. We booked all around. You know, I got stuff to do in Chicago, Texas. You know, a lot of
Everywhere.
different places. South Carolina. So I mean, it shows. I mean, yeah, there's just a lot of different things going on. It's tough to say. St. Louis Blues too. On the way out too, I'll be dropping that as well. So it's a sequel to St. Louis Blues and Novel, St. Louis
Oh
Blues
man.
2 right behind it, because I know we left a cliffhanger, and
Uh-huh.
that was on purpose, so we
Mm-hmm.
could you know, keep
Pick it up.
everybody engaged
Yeah.
and want for more.
I got 2 chapters left. So I ain't gonna listen. I was actually already reading a book, and when he gifted it to me, I was just like, let me check it out, because I'm like, you're
Yeah.
coming on the podcast, maybe I can learn something about you. And I
Exactly.
didn't put it down. I never even picked the other book back up. Number one, but two, I didn't put yours down. So I'm just like, man, but I'm almost done reading, so I'm excited. Can't wait for the second one. I'm definitely in tune with that.
That
Okay.
part.
So,
Yeah, it's really
It's
dope.
awesome. And I
Beautiful.
can't wait for the first one.
We're gonna get her the first one.
because people don't read though, you know what I'm saying? People
Yeah,
don't
All
read
we
because
no
do
more.
is
That's the
it.
audio.
All we do is
That's
it.
why we brought about the audio thing.
I don't want no audio though. I ain't gonna
Old
lie.
school though, so
Yeah.
you should be good.
He gave me to these African power incense, so I light them. I mean, so everything just
Yeah.
be vibe. Everything comes down. So when you move a lot and you work a lot, you know, it's like you're trying to find a way to disconnect. And reading books actually versus listening to audio, looking at your phone, looking at digital
does
copies,
help
etc. It takes you away from that and it helps you tremendously. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I personally like it.
Everybody read. We just a little old school, well, especially
Yeah,
old
I think we probably just still old school with.
Yeah.
I don't want no audio.
Yeah.
But you did say you was gonna
Do
give
it.
us a poem,
We can listen to the audio and read the book at the same time.
and now I'm just. But no, I'm joking. Whatever you do, I'm locked in. I can't wait to see.
Yes.
I want the poem.
The poem you got for us.
Yes, and I want to
Yes.
hear it and see what you got.
Okay. Poem.
Hmm.
Or whatever you want to. Yeah, whatever you.
Let's see.
Oh, that's the mic. What is this picture about? Oh, that's the mic.
You ready?
Are y'all ready?
We ready for you.
Hold on. I ain't gonna cry, am I?
I ain't got nothing in my drink.
You shouldn't.
Okay. All right.
You ready?
All right.
You want to pour me some?
Yeah, hold
Get
on
them
for her a
together?
little bit. And I don't want to pour it over his shoes. His shoes look really nice. I don't know. It's a nobody.
Y'all want to advertise nobody?
No, we don't advertise nobody.
I heard that.
With no free,
Yeah.
no free publicity.
I know that's
Yeah.
right.
But we waiting for you though. We advertising you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get us all off track. But no, go ahead.
We advertising you.
Yeah, I said I can ask questions too.
Yes, you can. Thank you for asking. And no.
We waiting for the poem.
Okay. Let's see. It's a love poem.
Okay.
Right.
We might need a little love.
Okay. So I don't usually do love poems.
Why not?
But, it's just kind of tough for me, you know.
To be vulnerable?
To be vulnerable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, black
It's tough.
men.
It's
Be
tough,
gone,
you
be
know.
born.
All right, well, thank you. That means we make you feel
Make it
safe.
feel good all over.
Yeah.
I feel good in here. I
You
think I
should.
can do it. You know, if I drop a tear or something, don't
We got
mind
you.
me.
I'll put my glass down, wipe you. We're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I might stumble over words and shit that make me it get me a little riled up when I spit.
You got
Okay.
this.
You sure?
You got
y'all,
this.
Y'all gonna be okay?
We got
Yeah. We got you. You got this.
Okay. This piece is called I Used to Love Her.
Okay.
Okay. You said that pussy was mine's. That's that piece.
My nail gonna pop out. If I snap.
It was over. That's it.
That's it.
I thought
I got y'all,
I was
man.
ready.
That's vertical.
Both of us like.
Tommy
Hey, I feel
crying.
like
Tommy crying.
everybody on the edge of their seat.
Like,
He over there
I ain't so peace.
Shit like that, then take a pause.
Check me out. Check
We
me
all
out.
like,
Okay.
shit.
Oh,
Oh, this shit about to get real emotional.
the whole time I'm like,
I said that a couple of times, but
was it yours?
was it? Anyways,
Come on.
Another day, no dollars. Perplexed, pondering the possibilities of profit with these supernatural powers. Burning on the inside, trying not to let it outside, because if that happens, we all die. Hold it in, my friend. Funny how a pen kept me out of the pen, the irony of these bars. In a scar, still got to keep me sane, harnessing an explosion, and folks think these just veins. They don't know he be struggling, because his chin be up, chest be out, he be a grown-ass man, and grown-ass man don't pout. Instead, a big country smile that's bigger than his mouth, cheekbones chiseled, trying to protect this house. Although another somebody that broke my heart. Ouch. Telling the truth got the proof. Many times and seen many lions meet their demise, can't find peace because they don't own their roof. Creative calculations that don't conceive coins, can't currency what we receive from the all-knowing. Intangibles, no glitz, no glamour, beating them down like a nail in a hammer. Can't touch this.
Dun.
You hear me? Never inspired to be the Christ, inspired by driving, living, eating, and sex and something nice. They don't know he be struggling. Ducked off in solitude, just do, huddling, running plays, gonna get him paid, hiking it, passing it, and catching it. We getting a touchdown today. They don't see your vision, and why they don't stay. But keep a close eye on you just in case. That's why he run solo. Uno hurt just one if there was ever a mistake. Can't fathom nothing but being great on the grandest scale, his very best self, but still be struggling. Everything so random. Hand me my cake. Pump with an energy he can't sell, still putting it on the shelf and finna start smuggling. Finna get this shit sold, looking pretty bald in that commode. The women be knowing on the low. Can't you tell some princesses been kissing this toe? He must be somebody, he must be something. Phoebe out racing his heartbeat, he feeling it coming. Ain't gotta pick him up. He gonna meet you halfway. If it's slow down, change destination in your place. Now he knocking on your door, and who is he?
Stalker.
Peace, guy. Never a stalker. I was invited.
my nail don't pop out.
I was invited.
That was
I don't
awesome.
come if I ain't invited. Never.
Thank you for
He
sharing.
knocking at the
Peace.
door. He a stalker.
That was dope. That was good.
I appreciate it.
We got a studio audience in the
We got
background.
studio audience. Listen,
We working on it. It's all good.
that's awesome. How do you retain your poems?
Yes.
Because I would have been through some shit in there. Like, that makes sense. Like it rhymed though, didn't it? It rhymed.
Voice record. So like I'll write it down, and then I'll record it on my phone, and I listen to it like music. You know, like your favorite song. You play your favorite song, you hear
Right
it over and
over
over again.
again.
You start to
Retain it.
It doesn't feel different when you're like performing in front of people versus like when you're doing just that. Like you're learning to remember it, and now you have to get in front of people and recite word from word.
Well, it is a little different. It's different because you could plan it.
Right.
And now you got all these different people in here, and you know it ain't just you. You ain't just in the mirror by
Yeah.
yourself or just kind of fucking around at the house.
Yeah.
I can say fucking around.
You can say what you want to say.
Yeah.
Okay. Like
It's too late now. You already said.
Can I say?
doing your
You just
I'm sorry.
you fine.
okay, no, but it's yeah, you got to make those adjustments when you on stage. I've never had a performance, never,
Yeah.
0% of the time where I did exactly what I planned on doing when I
Yeah.
left the house.
Yeah.
Never. Sometimes you gotta improvise, and
Right.
most of the time that's really how it goes. At times I get up there and I forget a poem. You know what I'm saying? Halfway through and just gotta freak it somehow.
Yes.
The audience don't know the difference.
Right.
As far as they know.
That was supposed to go.
That's what it was supposed to say.
Right.
I do that with my hill classes too. Sometimes I don't know what it be. So I don't know if I be tired. I don't know what it be, but sometimes I'll be talking and
Mine just go.
man,
Brain fart.
one time I told someone, I was like, yeah, the bottom of the hill is like an octagon shape.
Just
I'm
making
teaching
shit
the
up.
class, right? Octagon, like the stop sign, right? This like this whole part, y'all see this? Octagon. And everybody's like, right? So when I meant to say an hourglass, like this, I said octagon. So when I went back and watched the content, I was like, I can't even post this, man. I was like, why did I say octagon? Why I get an octagon? And no one said, excuse me, can you like
Can you
explain
explain
or
what an
elaborate
octagon
more? Like,
means?
how is the bottom of the hill
Like an octagon.
an octagon shape? No one, you know what I'm saying? So
I think you know what you're supposed to.
man, I sometimes stuff just come
Just
out. And I just
happen.
like, oh, so I stop and correct
And then
myself.
nobody question you.
No,
You
nobody question.
said, they just gonna go with.
I've never had no one to question
Most
me.
times people don't question you if you feel confident about it.
Yeah, they really
If
trust you.
If you show confidence about what you said,
Listen.
nobody's gonna say anything like bitch octagon.
Yeah,
Bitch is eight.
it must
it's
be
eight
something.
sides.
It must mean something else.
Right. Bitch is eight
Must be
sides on the
Spanish.
octagon.
You know.
What kind of fuck is your heel octagon?
Must be Spanish for
I'd be in a
hourglass.
class like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Octagon.
And I would be like, yeah.
No,
Right
okay.
here. You
Is
see
it
this?
is it a hexagon?
No, you know, I would like you see right here, right? This part right here, the octagon. Yeah, and
I'm like, bitch, this an octopus. He got 8 fucking legs. Ain't no heels got 8 legs on them.
no, but I know that and it's not nervousness or nothing, just sometimes I just be chilling, I be talking, I be like, the hell did I just say? I'm like, dang, my fault. But if I actually catch it in the moment, I will, in front of whoever, stand up and say, excuse me, when I said this, actually what I meant was this instead. You know what I'm saying?
I meant a hexagon.
Listen, no, I actually just meant hourglass. Okay, I actually just meant hourglass. So I thought that was just weird. But I know for a fact that doing poetry is just different. It's a different type of like self-motivation, courage, where you get in front of people and exactly what you remembered or what you wrote down, whatever,
Go out the door.
or planned. I just be like, I know I said I was gonna do this tonight, but maybe tomorrow. Goodbye. I forgot. But
I like that though. It's okay.
I know you probably witness it with your events and stuff from time to time, possibly.
Oh, I witnessed it. I've lived it.
Right.
I've been that person many times. I mean, you just don't know. Again, you adjust. Turn it into something else. Say something like, I don't even want to spit that no more.
I'll be like,
blame
fish.
them. You say, look, y'all,
Blame
I don't like the way the energy shifted right there. I'm gonna switch it up. They don't know you forgot.
They don't know you forgot.
Blame them.
Look, it's like red fish, blue fish, green fish. Everybody gonna be like,
yeah. I heard that from someone.
Listen, thank you so
Yeah.
much for coming
Thank
through and just dropping these gems, dropping the poems, sharing everything about you. We really excited to continue to follow you in your journey.
Because you've been a guide.
Being a guy.
Likewise.
Can you share with our listeners, as well as the viewers, where they can find you? Social media, websites, all the good stuff.
I've been a guy on everything.
Literally.
On my mama. On my
Yeah, I've been a guy.com. I've been a guy on Facebook. I've been a guy on Instagram. I don't got no TikTok or nothing like that.
Okay. So real quick, we are going to end the episode, but what does the name I've been?
Wait, I was just thinking that. Where did it come from?
What is the meaning? Obviously, not trying to say 1+1 is not 2, but I'll be so rhetorical with it. What is the meaning to you, and where did it come from?
Well, it was really a self-actualization period for me. I might have been about maybe 25, 26 years old. Again, battling through just figuring myself out and figuring life out. So, and I did all these affirmation things. You know, I used to listen to certain stuff and mirror work. You know, get in the mirror and tell yourself stuff. You know what I'm saying? Look at yourself. And, yeah.
You was a guy yesterday.
You hear me?
You a guy today. You a guy tomorrow.
That's exactly that's how it went, you know.
Really?
You know, I'm a guy. I'm cool. I'm gonna be all right. I'm a guy. Look, I've been a guy.
So, but then my first one
Stay it's stuck.
It's stuck.
Look,
So it's almost like you look in the mirror and say, I love you.
yes,
I love you to yourself, but to you, you say, I've been a God. And it's empowering.
to you.
Motivation.
Thanks. And then if I
Stuck with
say,
you.
if somebody else says it to me, it's the same thing. It's like you saying, okay, if you say, oh, I've been a guy, you saying it about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Likewise.
You be like, I been that bitch.
You ain't say you been a guy.
Yeah.
You know, you say I've been a guy.
Yeah,
You know?
you're
So,
right.
no, we
I
all
didn't even
guys. We all affirming each other.
I didn't say you've been a God. It's like
I've been a guy. Yep, just likewise.
I always knew that. Okay. Was always knew that. I always knew.
Thank you for stopping by again. And again, we look forward to following you more and being tapped in, tuned in to your journey.
Thank you.
And likewise, I appreciate you all. Yep, thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Hot Hills and Tea podcast.
Thank you.